Hey students, welcome to another Mr. Ness screencast. Today's aim is causes of the Industrial Revolution. And here are your objectives. Please pause the video, look these questions over, and get ready to copy some vocab terms and take some notes. The Industrial Revolution was a transition from making things by hand to making them with machines. And it involved the use of new sources of energy. It started in England around 1750, and it is still going on today in less developed countries. I really want to emphasize that point in this unit. The Industrial Revolution is not over. It has just moved on to new places. And later in this unit, you'll see how people in those places today are experiencing a lot of the same changes that people in England experienced back in the 1700s and 1800s. Today we're going to focus on England and see why the Industrial Revolution began there. The first cause was the development of new machines and materials, especially steel. You probably learned about a lot of these new machines in global history. The spinning jenny and the railroad are two of the more important ones. I'll tell you more about iron and steel in just a moment. The Industrial Revolution also made use of new sources of power like water, coal, and steam. Water wasn't actually a new source of power, but inventors made new machines that harnessed water power in original ways. Coal could be burned to create heat, which could then be combined with water to make steam. The last cause you've already learned about, the Second Agricultural Revolution, also known as the British Agricultural Revolution. The Second Agricultural Revolution led to more food being produced in England, which meant that there were less of a need for farmers. Without that excess of farmers, there wouldn't have been people available to work in factories. Before 1750, before the Industrial Revolution, most people in the world were farmers working in the primary sector. But as British farmers transitioned into factory workers, England became the first country to experience a large increase in secondary sector employment. Here's a picture of one of the first large cast iron constructions, the Iron Bridge at Coalbrookdale in England. Iron and steel were incredibly strong materials, and as production increased, it stimulated all kinds of new industries. Bridges, machines, railroads, and eventually buildings would all be made with iron and steel. And now it's time to review the objectives. If you don't know the answer to any of them, rewind the video and look again. See you in class. Bye, students.